In this video, I talk about how I do my best to practice the principles of recovery in the home as it applies to how it works, as honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Let's get to it. Hey there, Recovery fam! Welcome back to Scott's Thoughts. If you're new to the community, welcome home to Scott's Thoughts. We never have to feel alone. So yeah, I wanted to talk about I do my best to practice the principles of recovery in my home. I can go out there in the meetings and and flap my gums and stuff like that. But if I'm not living the program or living recovery outside the rooms, then I'm not really practicing the principles of recovery. And for me, the most important one is to practice the principles of recovery in the home. So I wanted to talk about how it works and the principles that I do my best to apply from the readings, right? So I wanted to start off with how it works with honesty. For me, honesty equals accountability. Remembering how my past actions affected my family and stuff like that in the past. I was the dictator. If you weren't doing something my way, you were doing it wrong. I was always putting expectations on my partner, on my kids, including myself. And because of that, my kids grew up in an environment where they never added up. And I remember growing up in that same kind of environment, especially with my dad, right? So today I do my best to be more present as a dad, as someone that's doing their best and learning. So I'm still learning how to be a parent, to be a dad, right? So I'm always learning, I'm always growing and stuff like that, and I have to remember that how my past actions did affect my kids and my partner and stuff like that when I was in active addiction and stuff like that, right? So I always have to be mindful of that. And the second one, open-mindedness. Open-mindedness equals that I stay open to new ways of thinking and acting. I always used to be just so set in my ways all the time, and I was always closed off to new ways of thinking and acting, and I thought I'd never seen the fault within myself, right? Yeah, but I was very closed-minded to new ways of doing things, So for today, I need to stay open to new ways of thinking and perceptions and acting. Out in society and here within the family unit as well. So I have to make sure that I'm always open. I can have conversations with Bella, and had one earlier just today, right? So I'm opening to listen, just sit and just listen, right? So I'm open to listening and stuff like that. I need to hear things that have happened in the past and stuff like that. So I can identify with my actions from the past, so I can try to do something better now to get a better result, right? So always, so open-mindedness is just to stay open, always stay open to new ways of thinking and acting. And number 3 is willingness. Willingness equals to make changes necessary to move on in recovery and in life. And just be being mindful of everyone in the home, and because the world doesn't revolve around me, and that was my ways, that was my thinking back then. I thought the world revolved around me. I was always just so full of self-entitlement all the time. And I don't want to be that person today. I want to be open. I want to be honest. I need to be willing to make more change in my life. I'm always learning. I'm always growing and stuff like that. So I always have to be mindful of all these things in my life. I have to be present. I got to be open to listening. I have to be open to trying new things, right? So, my ways of thinking and acting in the past got me not to a very good place in my life, right? So now I find opportunity everywhere to make more improvements on myself, and it's all doing that self-work and being mindful of my own actions and my own thoughts and my own words. And I want to use all of those to lift people up today, right? So And I want to be part of the solution instead of part of the problem, like I would have been in the past. And sometimes I can still get in my own way, right? So it's good for me to just sit down and just shut up and listen. I did earlier, and I'm able to do that. I can just I don't have to interject my 2 cents worth and stuff like that. And I can actively listen today, right? So, and that's it's a good. I'm feeling I'm in a better place. I'm always working towards better things, newer things, embracing opportunities and stuff like that to learn, to grow, to be open to new ways of acting and thinking, right? So I have to always be mindful of all these things in my life for me to be able to progress in my daily living, right? Especially I want to be a healthy participant in our family unit. So I'm always I'm gonna run into roadblocks. I'm gonna make mistakes, but that's okay too, because I'm open to listening. So if you're new to the community, welcome home. Welcome home to Scott's Thoughts, where you never have to feel alone. And I'll see you all again very soon. Have a wonderful day. Hey there, recovery fam. Welcome back to Scott's Thoughts, where you never have to feel alone. And I gotta make sure the volume is up. Hey there, recovery fam. Welcome back to Scott's Thoughts, where you never have to feel alone. If you're new to the community, oh, actually, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing right now.